Welcome to Daily Persuasion. I'm Joshua Lisec, the New York Times best-selling author and co-author, also a ghostwriter of more than 90 nonfiction books, and a certified hypnotist. It's through this unique lens I teach you, by curating the day's news, how to better influence the VIPs of your life and career. Little intro aside there, let's talk about a word that you have probably heard before, and yet it's ill-defined when used, because it shows up persistently in the self-help and personal development space, in dating and relationships, and most recently in interviews, presentations, conversations, and negotiations within the Trump administration, particularly Vice President J.D. Vance. And that little word is frame. A variation of this, of course, is reframe, like the book that I did with Scott Adams called Reframe Your Brain. I highly recommend you get this book. It's fantastic. I loved working on it with Scott. Reframe Your Brain is the book. So then, what exactly is a frame? What is frame? It's something you have. It's something you are. It's something you do. It's you. You have a superior frame. It's a power frame. It's a moral frame. You mean like a frame, like a frame like that? Is that what it means? I will define it this way. When we were kids, we would play spontaneous games. And one of those spontaneous games, as you might remember, was try to make the other person laugh. So imagine the Groucho Marx glasses Mona Lisa, featured on the cover of So Good They Call You a Fake, is another child, and I'm another child, and we look at each other and we do things to try to make the other person laugh. And the person who laughs first is described as what? Lost frame. And that little kid's game teaches us what frame is. Oh, you lost the frame. Oh, you lost frame. Versus, oh, you held frame. What does that mean? When you are holding frame, or you have the frame, then what the other person is doing to get you to react doesn't work. So in dating and relationships, a man has frame, let's say, when thinking about that verse in Proverbs, it is better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a palace with a contentious wife, something like that. A man in the face of a contentious wife, unbothered by her, in his lane, moisturized, amused, watching her, trying to get him to laugh. Get him to react, respond, supplicate, appease, do what she says, do as she demands. And he, like the victorious child, simply observes, okay, I see you're trying to get me to laugh. I see you're trying to get me to do everything that you want me to do to try to control me. That's kind of cute. Okay, maybe a little bit of an amused smirk quietly inside, chuckling internally. That's what it means to hold frame. When Margaret Brennan on CBS is attempting to cudgel the illegal immigrant and get Vice President J.D. Vance to feel really bad that so many illegal immigrants are just trying to make a better life for themselves. And he says, I don't really care, Margaret. I see you trying to get me to laugh, and I'm not going to react. I'm holding frame, not losing frame. Now, conservatives of the past typically and instantly laughed. Lost frame. Oh, yeah, well, that's really terrible. Yeah, we need to find a good pathway to citizenship. Oh, trust me, I'm going to work really hard for what you want, dear liberals, because it's really important to me that you approve me and you validate me and that you... So that's what it is. It's a validation-seeking behavior. If someone holds frame, then they don't need that. If some of you some of you are perpetually losing frame in your relationships and in your career and in your world, then you need to do a little reframing of your brain. What this means is, reframe is, imagine you're reframing a photo. If your frame around you is so brittle and breakable that anytime someone passes by it and interacts with it, the picture frame falls apart and you're crumpled up into the painting of your life and your worldview and your emotional state and mental state is crumpled up on the floor. Well, you need to get a stronger frame for your life, for your career. So what do? You buy Reframe Your Brain by Scott Adams. Read the acknowledgments, if you know what I mean. And you will find stronger frames that help you hold frame when the other kid's trying to make you laugh.